Good morning, Charleston and the entire Low Country area. Well, your emails have been pouring in for our Ask Penelope segment, and I've received some great questions from you. Here's one that just came in this morning. I love this one. Dear Penelope, I've been living with my boyfriend for 3 years, and we are barely yet broaching the subject of any real marriage talk. I'd like to get engaged soon, but he seems to be in no particular hurry, even though we're both in our 30s. How do I get my guy to pop the question? All right, ladies. This is, for many of us women, the million-dollar question. Now, I've been there before, so let me just speak from experience. The old saying, why buy the cow when you're getting the milk for free, is accurate. I know I sound like your mother right now. It's harsh and it's rather distasteful to compare a woman to a cow, yet it has a realistic end result. Friends, the minute you move in with your partner, you've forfeited key leveraging collateral. Move in together if you like. That's okay. Just be sure to thoroughly discuss and agree upon the foundational matters and timelines first. Men, even really good ones like yours, are not programmed to want marriage in the same way that we women do. From the very first time we've ever watched Cinderella to playing with a baby doll or a miniature kitchen set, we're kind of programmed and raised in a different way, aren't we? So right off, we might have a challenge here. However, this is not the case with your situation because you're already sharing a home and your life with your honey. So the real question is what to do now. All right, well, sometimes it is important to take a step back in order to take a step forward. And if you've already had great discussions and you've expressed your timelines, your needs and desires, and still after a reasonable time frame, which I think is about 30 days, he still doesn't want to move forward with moves on engagement, then I would really consider stepping back in order to step forward. And that means you might have to move out. You might have to say, look, we're not breaking up, but I just need to move out, get my own place, until we're both on the same page with this marriage thing. Let him know what you want. Now, 3 things could happen. One of 3 things could happen. He decides that he doesn't want you to move out. Losing you under the same roof is just not worth the risk for him. So he decides, that's it. I am asking this woman to marry me. Second thing that can happen is you move out, and within, say, 3 months' time, he's just heartbroken, and he decides, same thing, I want this girl back in my life. In a domestic situation, I'm not going to lose her, and he asks you to marry him. Or the third option is he decides that he really didn't see you as his future wife anyway. And wouldn't it be best to know that now so that you can both move on? He's likely not going to be the one that's going to pull the trigger on this, ladies. There are many great men that are capable of staying with a woman just because it's comfortable and because they enjoy the deal that they're getting, and that's the deal of the companionship and other benefits. So sometimes that is enough to keep a man around. You'd be surprised. Most of the questions I get from women in this last scenario is, well, you know, I think he does want to marry me, right? Because we've been together this long, he's been with me for 3 years, so he must want to marry me one day. Well, you know, ladies, the answer is actually no, not necessarily. Yes, he loves you, but he doesn't want to marry you. When a man wants to marry you, he's simply going to ask you to marry him, and that is especially after you have appealed to him in every wonderful way under the sun. You've let him know what your timelines in life are, what your needs are. You've let him know that until the commitment matches the level of your investment, of your time, your resources, and your youth, that you're going to live independently. And if all of that didn't work, then the bottom line is this guy just doesn't see you as his future wife. So wouldn't you rather move on? That's my answer, folks. Send me your questions to Ask Penelope. You can write them in to an email at ABC News 4. You can tweet them. We'll have fun answering them together on air and start a